everybody, it's Patricia and welcome back to my channel. And I'm sorry I have been gone for a while. Today I thought I would do a Chatty Get Ready with me because I really haven't been doing a lot of getting ready. And I'll explain all that. But I thought I'd do that today so we can just chat and I can tell you what's kind of been going on in my life. Before I get my hands dirty, I'm going to do a little show and tell. While I've been away, I've been making ornaments for my Etsy shop, and I'll have my Etsy shop listed down below. But I had some custom orders for ornaments shaped like eggs. I do egg-shaped ornaments for Easter. And this one person, bless her heart, and I'm so grateful and thankful for her, she ordered 3 custom orders of bedazzled, bejeweled eggs for me. I ended up making 23 eggs for her for Easter. So I had to just get right in there and just make those eggs, because I normally don't even make 23 for a year. My normal time when I am busy is at near Christmas time, you know, getting ready towards Christmas. By the time Christmas comes, my shop is dead and not really doing anything. But this is the first year I had just like this massive rush for Easter eggs, basically. And I made every color combination I could for her. I mean, I could come up with more color combinations, but then I started, it just hit me and I got an idea for a different style of egg. My ornaments are completely covered in vintage and new rhinestones. It's getting harder for me to get the vintage stones. But my ornaments have been made using both. And so I come up with some ideas for a different style of egg. So this last week or so, I've been creating a new egg style. And last night I took pictures of them and I sent them to her, and then I post them on Facebook, and by the time I got my post up on Facebook, she had messaged me and purchased all 3 eggs. So I wanted to show them to you before I pack them up to ship later today, and I want to show you something I've been crocheting, so hold on. Okay, here's what the ornaments look like. This is a pink one, bedazzled. Let's see if I can put it. I want you to see the egg and not me. There we go. Like I said, I use vintage jewelry, rhinestone jewelry, and then I made, well, actually I made this one first. Hide my face. Let's see if it'll focus. I'm hoping it's focusing. And then look at this one. This one's my favorite. Can you see? Is it focusing? I hope. Look at that. I'm loving that. I'm loving it. It's just kind of plain on the back. Look at that. These are a little different than what I normally do because these are not completely covered solid, you know, completely every inch in a rhinestone. Rhinestones are getting harder for me to find, and they're getting more expensive. They're not hard to find. They're hard to afford. They're getting real expensive. Vintage jewelry, and it's also expensive to buy new rhinestones to go with it, but I'm having to buy both to get these ornaments made. So, but the exciting thing about these, let me tell you, the champagne gold on this one it's right here, is this. It's my JD Glow. It's my JD Glow highlighter. I used it as the pigment for the background. These 2 are eyeshadows from palettes that I had decluttered out of my used palettes I use to do my makeup. And I had saved palettes just for frankening. And I used those. This is a black eyeshadow. The pigment. It's mixed to get the background. And this is several eyeshadows mixed together to get this color. I don't know if I could replicate this color. I didn't write down what I did, but I could. I don't claim any two of my ornaments are alike, because they're not. Each one is individual. And when I start with an idea of like maybe a color. Or like with this one, I had this beautiful vintage brooch pin. That, and I wanted to do something black, and then everything else just kind of falls into place. So that's how I create. So I have these three. They are, I'm gonna put them back here on my bed. Those are being packed up, and they were already purchased and ready to head on out the door. And then I have not crocheted in the month. And I have a niece whose birthday's coming up in June. So, and she does not watch my YouTube videos. I hope not. Anyway, I'm not going to post on Facebook or Instagram, because she does follow me on both of those. So I don't want to post on there. But I thought I would show, and I might show this on my crochet channel, because I have not filmed there either. But this is, I made her Elvis. And I love this designer because look, you can turn the heads. The head's turnable. This is the same designer who I made the Freddie Mercury for my son. They're like those pop vinyls. That's the style. Oh, isn't he cute? This is Elvis. I love this hair. I love this. So I did this just this past weekend. He did not. I guess I'm getting so, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm getting so good at it now. He was a breeze. Just a Freddie Mercury took me a while. This one I just whipped it right up, and he is ready to go. I will get him ready to go visit my niece or give to my niece for her birthday. Now let's get started on my makeup. I've already done my primer. I am using today a Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer. My color is Natural Dewy. It's a SPF of 30. This was actually sent to me by Laura Mercier to test. I have been testing it. I only used it. I've rarely put makeup on. I'll tell you that. I have rarely put makeup on. But when I did, I used this. And I don't like it on its own, but I like it how I'm going to do it today. I'm very pleased with that. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. It does smell of sunscreen. So if you don't like the scent of sunscreen, you're not going to like this. Now, where have I been? A combination of busy, using all my time making, now 26 ornaments in a month. That's a new record for me. I've been doing that, and I have been sick. It's been gradually coming on, and I guess, well, let me start. You guys know I was on tamoxifen for cancer. I don't have anything life-threatening. You know, it's not, I don't have cancer or anything like that. It started, I was on tamoxifen, and the tamoxifen just absolutely, it hurts all your joints, and it just makes you sick. And I was on that and the chemo drugs, and I just felt so bad. And when I went off of them, there for a while, I was like, oh, I feel great. This is amazing. I feel real good. Everything's feeling great. Good to go. And then I gradually started feeling bad again. And I'm like, what? I'm not on the tamoxifen anymore. I should not feel bad. I should not be feeling bad. There we go. See, a tinted moisturizer just doesn't give me the coverage I like. I don't mind the sunscreen smell, but I know a lot of people do not like it. This is a little darker than my skin tone right now, but I am bound and determined to get some sun this year. So anyway, back to putting on my makeup and telling you. So anyway, I started having a lot of the symptoms that I had when I was on all those drugs. And I thought, what is going on? Well, also, before I even got cancer, I had noticed, it was just a little while before I got cancer, I had noticed I had some spots on my legs that were numb. And then, you know, I got cancer and I wasn't thinking about numbness on my legs. Well, it has gotten progressively worse to where both of my legs are numb. Not totally numb, but there are spots, you know, where it feels weird when you rub your hand across it. But I do have spots that are numb. So I'm like, what is this? So long story short, I have an autoimmune disease. Which one is not absolutely sure yet. I know I do not have a thyroid issue. That has been ruled out. But I could have MS, lupus, or fibromyalgia. Now my aunt, I have an aunt who passed away when I was a child. She had lupus. I'm reaching down into my Project Pan stuff. I have this powder foundation that is in my Project Pan to use up. I like this in the summer. I have to get another brush. I really like this in the summer, and this brush will be okay. This is perfect over this tinted moisturizer. I like it that way, so that's how I'm going to use it. So anyway, I've been doing a lot of my own research, and I don't believe I have lupus. Don't believe I have MS. But I do believe I have fibromyalgia. All the boxes are being checked. I don't have a definite diagnosis, but I diagnosed myself as it's fibromyalgia, and I'm acting as such. I've purchased some books and been doing some reading and some studying. I also have IBS. I've been having a lot of tummy issues. Excuse me. And now I realize it's IBS. The first thing I did was cut out coffee, and it cleared a lot of my problems up, so I don't drink coffee anymore. But I'm learning what other foods are actually setting me off. So that's another thing I'm working on. So I got that going on, and I'm adjusting my diet. I took some things out, and lo and behold, I ate some of the bad stuff, and I had like I guess like a relapse. All my brushes are dirty. I'm having to get out my clean brushes. So anyway, I'm going back to being very careful about what I eat, and that's going to be the new thing I work on. So yeah, I think it's fibromyalgia with IBS. I have diagnosed myself. So yeah, I've been dealing with that. I've had what they call a flare-up. I've not felt well. My right leg, okay, my left leg is my bad knee. I've had that bad knee for 20-something years. It is what it is. But all of a sudden, one day I woke up and my right leg was absolutely killing me, and I could barely use it. And that's been going on for over a month. And I thought it's because I was trying to reach something on the very top shelf of my pantry, and I was standing on my tippy toes, because that's the only thing I can think of that I've done. And I thought that must have caused it, but now I'm not so sure. I'm thinking it's just the fibromyalgia kicking in. I had a flare-up, and stress is one of the major things, and I've been very stressed. I've been stressed for years now, but I've had some major stress the last few years. As you know, the move, my brother's death, Brian trying to find a job, you know, blah, 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 blah. I just had stress. So I think it brought on the fibromyalgia. But I think the cancer, any kind of trauma, it could be physical trauma or mental trauma, can set off fibromyalgia. And I've had both, the cancer and all that. So that's why I think the way I think. So anyway, I have this leg I have been using a cane. I purchased a cane so I could walk around. Some days I could not walk around. Other days I've been able to move around and get around. Come on, focus. There we go. And when I look down, my focus, it gets blurry, sorry. I have figured out that in the last couple weeks I have been able to get out and about, use my cane, walk around, just be very careful, making conscious decisions of how much I want to push my body, because I did push my body there for a while and I ended up in bed a couple days. So with a fibromyalgia, you can't push through it. You've got to know when to, you know, just stop and kind of rest a bit, and then just, I'm trying to learn my limits, is what I'm trying to say. So, and for some reason, I don't know what, I woke up this morning and I don't have a pain in my body. Knock on wood. It's like, my leg's fine. Just like I woke up one morning and I couldn't use it. I woke up this morning, I'm not in pain. Keep knocking on that wood. I don't want to knock too much. Dog's not in here. He'll bark. He'll think somebody's at the door. But, yeah. That's where I've been. That's what I'm dealing with. You may see me regularly, and then you may not. If I'm not feeling it, if I have a flare-up, I'm not going to worry about it. It just is what it is. It is what it is, and I'll do what I can, and that's the best I can do. But I do know I need to focus a whole lot more in my Etsy shop, because my Etsy shop's booming right now, and I got to keep that momentum going. So there we go. There's that. Now I had a makeup basket, and I am using my makeup basket, but I can't remember what eyeshadow palettes was in it, and it doesn't really matter. I just been picking what I want to use. I still have sitting here on my desk all the palettes I chose from the palettes I thought were very spring-like, and I've been choosing from those, and I'm just going to continue that today. Now I need to see, I think I'm going to start doing like Aiden. I'm going to take a little page out of Aiden's book, and I'm going to just use the eyeshadows I want to use and maybe just stack them up, and then at the end of the month or so I just review them for you, tell you what I think. I think I'll do that. There'll be there is not going to be any hauls on this channel. Oh yeah, I want to use this one. I want to use the Speakeasy palette today. The economy scares me. I'm not gonna lie. It really scares me if I'm going to try to run my Etsy shop and supplies get more expensive. That scares me. So I worry about that. I worry about, you know, I don't like to, I want, we used up our savings, so I need to be extra cautious on how I spend. And I sit and look at all the makeup I have, and I am very grateful and thankful I have it, and I need to use it. Now, so I'm not going to purchase any makeup. I don't think I need skincare either. I'm looking at my skincare. I don't think I need skincare. Now, my friend Aiden, she's been doing some decluttering, and she is so sweet. She's sending me some things, and I am so appreciative of that. Thank you so much, Aiden. She's going to be sending me all kinds of things, some palettes, some foundations, because I need to mix and match foundations to use up what I already have. What I have is too dark. I've had a hard time finding something light, so I figure if she's decluttering some foundations that's not working for her for one reason or another, I figure I can make it work. That's what's going to be going on here. I'm going to make what I have work, and I'm not going to be able to purchase anything. I personally have cut myself off from buying anything. I am only going to buy what absolutely needs to be purchased for my family. And if my money needs to go towards my son's birthday, which he did celebrate his birthday while I was not filming, then money needed to go for his birthday. If money needs to go for whatever, it's going there and not in buying me another eyeshadow palette. Not because I don't want another eyeshadow palette, just because we need, I'm talking for me. You guys do what you guys do. You know your money situation. Your money situation's not the same as mine. I just don't need to be buying any more makeup. If it's gifted to me, I am highly appreciative because I love makeup. I love eyeshadows. I love lipsticks. Whatever's gifted to me, I am extremely thankful for. But I personally will not be buying anything. Now, like I said, the eyeshadow palettes that I decluttered that I want to use for frankening, I'm using for ornaments. So I feel like that just excites me so much that I can do that. I can mix up colors and yeah. So anyway, just a long rant to say there'll be no haul videos on this channel. I'm not going to be purchasing anything. Look at those. All I'm doing today is I'll be taking Nathan to work and running to the post office to mail those ornaments out. Did I throw all my brushes? No. I don't think that's the one I was using. I am looking for favorite. I don't see it. Let's grab. Oh, here we go. It was clean. How about that? Let's see. What I want to start with. These are so pretty. I think I'm going with a pink base today. I'm going to go with this one right here. The Drifter. Aiden has 2 Nomad palettes she's sending me. Definitely. And I'm so excited. I have to say, I had heard of the Berlin one before. Based on Berlin, Germany. But the other one, the Lake Como one, I had not heard of. So I'm excited to get those. Those are early Nomad palettes. And those were back before I really learned much about Nomad. So I know the formulation probably for those palettes are not as great as what they are now. They just announced, I'm sorry, I'm looking around for stuff. It's right here. They just announced a new palette, Route 66. Oh, I love that idea too. But when I looked at it, I'm like, I have those shades. I don't need to be buying it just because it's a Nomad palette and it's Route 66. But man, it looks nice. It does. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. So, I just got to be more careful. And that's okay. I'm going to go into this next shade next to that one. And it's called the Violet Hour. Pretty smoky, cool tone violet color, purple. I'm going to put that in my transition area. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I hope I don't have another flare up for a while because that was an awful month. But I'm going to try to learn all I can and do what I can, and so yeah. And will I get a diagnosis? I don't know. I heard it's very hard to, there is not a certain test that will tell you if you have fibromyalgia. There are tests to run that you don't have other things, and like I said, we now know I don't have a thyroid issue. That's not my problem. So yeah, there we go. Now, like I said, I don't need to go too crazy with makeup today. I think I'm gonna go. Will that be dark enough for me? That's a good question. Let me clean this brush out. I think I'm going to go with Blind Pig I would normally go with that darkest one, but I don't think I'm gonna go that dark today. I'm gonna go with Blind Pig, and just the way I always do my makeup. I seem to always do it the same way. You gotta be bored with seeing how I do my makeup. This is more just telling you what's going on. Yeah, it's fine. I have a dull headache today too, guys, and I'm not sure where that came from, and so I'm not feeling 100% because of this little dull headache. I'm using that same color, just a smaller brush, and going under my lower lash line. There we go. Now I'm gonna use my finger, and I'm just gonna go across the lid with this duochrome. It shifts purple. I don't know if I can get it to shift. Well, it looks green there. I don't know if the mirror can shift it. You can kind of see the shift in the mirror, maybe. Whatever. I'm putting it on my finger. And I'm going to apply that. Purple and green looks good together. I think I need something just a bit shimmery right in the middle, just to make it pop. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I guess this Gin Ricky. Wait a minute, maybe I remember. It's got a pink. You can see it's white in the pan, but it's got a pink. Shifts peachy pink. More peach probably. But I'm just dabbing it this. Come on. There we go. There we go. Clean up my brush, get a little bit of that, and just put it on my inner corner. Maybe I'll brush it a little underneath. There we go. Good enough. Alright. Wipe off my finger. I am so careful with this one because I don't want it to get dirty. I'm going to put it back in the box. There we go. There we go. Oh, by the way, I am drinking this cup my husband picked up for me at Walmart when he went grocery shopping. He got me, because I was sick, he got me a little treat. So he picked me up this. But we had to buy a new Keurig because ours, it just died. And I've discovered my husband drinks a lot of coffee. I think he drinks at least 2 cups in the morning before he goes to work. He purchased his own coffee maker for his desk at work. I'm sure he drinks coffee all day long because on his days off he drinks a lot of coffee at home. So I think he wore out our coffee maker, our Keurig. So we had to have a new one. So I picked up one that also does iced drinks. And they sell K-Cups for these, they call them refreshers. So I bought one, I forgot the brand. It's a name brand of refreshers, and it was good. But Kroger makes refreshers, and this one's Kroger brand, and it's pineapple mango, I think. Or pineapple passion fruit, something like that. Something tropical, pineapple. I can taste the pineapple. But this thing, it'll brew in this thing over ice, and it's yummy. Okay. Now, let's see. I need to finish my eyes. Finish my eyes. Let's see. Do I want a eyeliner? I think I definitely need to do a new makeup basket. I might film that. You might see several videos with this outfit on because I don't feel like changing. Okay. I'm putting a little white under. This is not. Yeah, I think I'm going to film a few videos, and so you guys are going to see me in the same outfit. Just ignore me. while I'm feeling good today, and while I don't have any pain, except for a little dull headache, which is not bad. It's not a migraine. Just a little dull headache. I think that's good. That's good. I'm gonna grab my Franken blush. I made these. I'm gonna use that blush right there. I need to clean out my blush brush. There we go. Good enough. I don't think I'll use anything else out of there. Come on. My Project Pen highlighter. I don't use a lot of highlight anymore. A little bit on my nose. A little bit on the apples of my cheeks. There we go. Now, lips. I need clean brushes. I guess I haven't felt like standing anywhere. I might not clean brushes today. I might give my leg a little more of a rest before I stand there and wash brushes at the sink. I don't really have anything in here. I bet I had a lipstick, and I bet I put it in my purse. So I don't really have a lipstick. Well, I have this. I have a MAC. It is, you see what lip liners I have. What we can do. Okay, I got Trophy Wife. I'm going to line my lips in Trophy Wife and put it all over. Okay, and then I'm going to take, this is a limited edition, so you can't get any more, High Fructis by MAC. It's a pretty peachy spring color. It's a matte lip. I'm not a fan of it on its own, but I don't mind it mixed. And there we go. And I'm going to grab Too Faced lip gloss. This is Mango Melons. Not mango. Mega Melons. Mega Melons. Smells like melon, but there's no melon in it. I checked because I'm allergic to melons. It just smells like artificial melon. Actually, it smells a lot like artificial cucumber to me, but that's okay. There we go. That's my look for today. So guys, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for, thank everybody who's reached out to me. Several of you reached out to me and asked how I was doing, and I appreciate that. I just needed to, whatever, flare up or whatever, I just needed to get that over and done with, and now I know I have a problem, and it's an autoimmune, we do know it's an autoimmune disease, and we'll get it figured out, and I'm just gonna go with it. So guys, thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and I'll see you all next time.